Hello and welcome back to Boxing Social in association with Betfred. My name is Ayman Khan. I'm here in London. We've just concluded Okolie versus Cizak. With me, thankfully giving up much of his time late in the night, is the one and only Dillian Whyte. Dean, first of all, how's life treating you?
Life is excellent, man. Yeah. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. A little bit tired. I'm sure you're tired too. But
I am definitely tired also, my friend.
But once again, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. Let me get your instant reaction to Okolie's performance there.
Yeah, it was a strange one. It was cagey. I see what he was doing, but I think it was a good testing fight for him. But Cougar, why is Cougar there hiding? It's not me, fam. I got accosted by Boxing Social. But it was a good fight, I think it was a testing fight from a learning fight. The guy was game, resistant, stubborn enough not to go down and get knocked out like former predecessors in the Polish guys that he'd faced before. A lot of the fans spoke prior that, he's not the same. He's a warrior. He's this and that. And we saw how vocal they were. He had a great set of fans that come out to support him. And I think it was a good fight because I think maybe Okolie got tested a couple of times in there. I felt like he was buzzed a few times. I'm not 100 on that, but he didn't show it. But there was just something in his body language that sensed that maybe he got caught with a good shot. But he had a great poker face and done what he done. And now he's got to go out there and prove to us that he is the best cruiserweight in the world and try and fight Marius Bradis or who else is out there to become undisputed or unified cruiserweight champ. But look, that's another notch. That's another fight he'll learn from. He's gone the 12 rounds distance, and it was a hard fight. The guy punched back. The guy took his best shots, and I'm sure he learned from that.
As a fight, speaking to Lawrence, he seemed quite disappointed with the performance because there was a lot of holding, and Lawrence has kind of been held with that tag of being sometimes not unwatchable fighter at times because of that holding. So he won't have been too happy with that as well. With the reaction online, people weren't too happy with the performance either. But can he take positives from that as well still?
I think you got to win. It's an ugly win. You got to win. He moves on it. He didn't get a pretty loss. So he needs to thank his lucky stars, you know what I mean? The guy hit him with some good shots, especially close in the clinches, hit him with some short, sharp rights. There was a lot of hitting to the back of the head. So we know he's got a decent chin, he's tough, he's durable as well, which is good. But Marius Bradis is a different kettle of fish, he's an elite level, he's above this kid. So we're going to see what happens. But, there's positives in everything, but he's just got to pick them out and I think he just needs to let his hands go a little bit more. I think he was doing a lot of pop shotting, which is good, it looks good, but I think he could come, with the gears and a little bit more explosive. So I think he done a right to the body. I think he can come back with the left hooks a little bit more. I don't know if that's one of his signature punches, but his jab looked good, his jab to the body looked good. So, he needs to take heart in, look, it's a win, and a win is a win. And he progresses and moves forward. He's still the champion. And there's big fights out there for him.
If you can't get a unification fight, would you like to see him move up to heavyweight, and how good do you think he would be at heavyweight?
I think I said this earlier to a couple of different people. I think, as we saw it in the 10th and 11th, when the rough got going, obviously he didn't seem as strong, as tough. If you're going to get the bigger heavyweights, when it gets in the 10th, 11th and 12th, those rounds are a little bit more grueling and draining with a bigger 250, 270, 280 pound monster leaning on you. It's a different kettle of fish. I feel like Okolie will do good in heavyweight, especially at a certain level of heavyweights. I'd like to see him against Daniel Dubois. I think he might be a bit too sharp and too fast, too quick for him. And he punches good. So those kind of fights will be interesting. I'd like to see him against Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce is an elite heavyweight, to be honest, from amateur to coming into heavyweight. But certainly those bigger guys, I think it's going to become difficult, especially as the later the round goes. They're going to be bigger, stronger, and that presence is going to be felt in the later rounds.
My light's just gone there, but we can still keep going. Let's rewind to last night. Taylor-Catterall, you were ringside, I believe, were you?
No, I wasn't even in Scotland. How you doing, guys? I wasn't even in Scotland. I was actually in a short local show in Purfleet in Essex. Victor Smith, big up those guys. I met them and they was really accommodating, and I had a good night there. I was thinking about going there, but it was just a little bit too much to fly to Scotland. This guy here was trying to pester me to go, and then to come back to to the O2 to come and do this all night. Listen, it's way too much, way too much. We're here tonight, had a great night, but that is a travesty. Sometimes that's boxing. It's a shame. Everyone's saying Jack Catterall won, he put it all on the line, and he didn't get his just deserves. And that's boxing sometimes. Really a shame that the judges robbed him of his historic, defining moment in boxing, because he might never get that again. The likelihood he won't get that again, because Josh Taylor's going to move up to go up to welterweight to fight Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is a different kettle of fish. We're talking about a whole different proposition. So, he got the win. He got an ugly win. As much as everyone's saying he didn't deserve to win, he got an ugly win, and he just needs to move on. Obviously, it's business. So, in a top-ranked business, Josh Taylor is probably makes more business sense to be the champion more than Catterall.
Final couple of things from me, Dean. I believe Anthony Joshua did a quick interview with Coogan, and he said, Anthony Joshua said he's rooting for Dillian, but he hates him. There's a bit of an interesting dynamic there. But
I don't know. I think these guys got a love-hate relationship. I think Dillian would say something similar. He'd be rooting for him, but he hates him. But look, these guys got a rivalry like none other. Two London boys, North and South. Dillian beat him in the amateurs, Joshua beat him in the pros, and now they got a third fight, a trilogy, as some would say. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting. So they got a rivalry. It's kind of a strange one, but I guess Joshua would like to see him beat Fury, so then he could face Dillian at a later date and so on. But I don't know. Listen, let him say what he wants to do and do what he wants to do. Dillian's now got the shot on April the 23rd, and he's going to be the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world.
it sounds like a press conference will be happening very soon. Will Dillian be there, Dean? Can you tell us?
I don't know much information, but I am hearing the same things in the pipelines, whispers in the corridor. It should be sometime this week. We'll have to look forward to that.
Are you going to be there?
If he's there, I'll be there.
Dean, let's leave that there. Thank you so much for speaking to Boxing Social, especially so late. Thank you so much again.